Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good evening, all of you. So, coming to here, chapter we are going to study in our physics is chapter number 10, gravitation, class 9. So, now, first, before going to entering into this chapter, so let us see what is the things we need to remember before, like a prerequisites for this chapter. So, as we know, last two chapters we have studied. What we have studied, Shruti? So, we have studied first chapter, motion, second chapter, motion, second, force and laws of motion. Correct or not? Now, first chapter you may be remember, everybody. Hope you all remember. First chapter, the body, when it is in moving in a circular motion, when the body, if it is moving in a circular motion, can anybody say what is the speed of the body? When the body is moving in a circular motion, then the speed of the body is equal to what are those formula? So the speed of the body is equals to
2 pi r divided by time.
divided by time. We have a importance of this. Understand? So this is the formula which will help us to deriving a lot of calculating so many orbital velocity, escaping velocity, etc., etc. So now this 2 pi r is known as what? This 2 pi r is known as the distance traveled by a body. Is it yes or no? So the distance
Circumference of the circle.
divided by the time taken to complete
Travel by a ball.
the time taken to complete one rotation. Do you understand what are the time they have
One
given?
round.
Okay, so this is what we should call as speed of the body. So the speed of the body when a body is moving in a
Speed.
then understand circular motion.
Circular path.
The speed of the body is equals to 2 pi r by t, or we can say which is equals to what? Pi d by t. Understand? When they have given diameter, we have to take pi d by t. When they have given radius of the circular path, they will have to take 2 pi r by t. Any doubt in this?
By d.
Yes. So now, hope you all remember what is motion, what is the three equations of motion, as well as force and laws of motion. So Newton has suggested three laws of motion. The three laws also, hope you all remember. Is it yes, guys? Newton's first law of motion, Newton's second law of motion,
sir.
Newton's third law of motion. Now, what you will learn in this chapter, this is the main thing. What is that? At a glance, what you are going to study? Remember, we will learn the nature of gravitational force. So what is gravitational force? How the characteristics of, in the sense of nature of gravitational force, we will study in this chapter. Next, second thing you all remember, we will relate Kepler's laws of planetary motion. So I will suggest the another names of Kepler's laws also. We know Kepler's first law, Kepler's second law, Kepler's third law. So Kepler's totally suggested three laws. Now, what is that? How we will relate this Kepler's laws of planetary motion to Newton's laws of motion. So Newton has suggested Newton's laws of motion. Do you remember? Force and laws of motion. Newton suggested three laws of correct. So we will correlate with that laws, with the Kepler's laws in this chapter. Next, mainly of this chapter, gravitation, will describe the orbits of planets. That is the most important thing. So what is the orbits of planets and satellites using the law of universal gravitational understanding, universal gravitation. So what is this universal gravitation? What is this Kepler's laws? How the correlation between this universal law and as well as Kepler's law, everything we are going to study in this one. So now, why it is important? So important in the sense of, you may know so many asteroids, comets, etc., revolving around the solar system and even our planets and etc. You may be heard it. Yes or no? Spaceships, comets means like asteroids, we can say one kind of asteroids or comets and etc. So why it is important here? So Kepler's laws and the laws of universal gravitation will help you to understand the motion of the planets and the satellites. So why we should study? So many of you are interested in space technology. Future you may become aeronautical engineers, you may become astronauts, etc., rocket technologies, space technologies, so a lot of things. So why we should, this is the basement of thing. So can I calculate how many days it will take to travel into the moon? Can I take how many days it will travel into the some other Neptune or some other Mars, or etc., So everything we can, not only the scientists who can calculate, we people also can calculate. Even lot of formulas also I will give you to calculate, even going down, going up, at what height the gravity, what it is varies, how much it is varies. Even your own people can calculate if you know the altitudes and etc. So that is why so much deeper we can go. So why it is important in the sense of these Kepler's laws, what we are going to study in this chapter, and the law of universal gravitation. Law of universal gravitation. What is another name of law of universal gravitation, guys? Already you have studied. Anybody?
Newton's law of gravitation.
Newton's law of gravitation. Understand? Very good, Elamukil. So Newton's law of gravitation also we can call it as law of universal gravitation. So these two will help you understand the motion of planets and satellites. That is the most important. So if you are Jill or more interested to know about this, then gravity, about the space technologies and etc., satellites, motion of satellites, planets and all, then this gravitation will help you to start analyzing about it. Do you understand? So now let us comes to here. First of all, we will directly go to the Kepler's laws only, because Kepler's is only most important for us before Newton's law of gravitation. So now Kepler's laws of planetary motion. So as you all studied, Kepler has given how many laws, Ra? How many laws?
Three
Yes?
laws.
Three. That is. So, Kepler's laws of motion. That is the first concept. I am not saying anything much further of this. So only we are going to study now, starting with the what? Kepler's laws of planetary motion. So all of you please keep heading. The first one, the beginning of the chapter, we are going to study directly. That is Kepler's law of motion. So please keep heading. KEPLERS. Kepler's law of motion. So also we can say Kepler's laws of planetary motion. Both are the same thing. So now first law. So what the Kepler suggested, the first law of planetary motion. So if we'll take, that is only called as, also what is called as law of orbits. What we should call it, guys?
Law of orbits.
Law of orbits. Also known as what? Kepler's first law of motion. First law of motion or Kepler's first law of planetary motion. Is it okay, guys? Any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Very simple. So as we know, all the shapes of the planets, this orbital shape, it will be like a elliptical shapes. Yes or no? Or else for Newton has been considered as for deriving formulas and all, he has been considered as a circular shape also. So doesn't matter. Now as we know, what is the shape of these orbits, guys? What is the shape of these orbits, guys? Elliptical shape. What is that? Elliptical. So mathematics, we can use a term called as ellipse. Now, hope you all people can able to see this diagram. Can you able to see? Draw diagram also. Very simple. Okay. So now, remember, what is Kepler's first law or law of orbits will suggest in the sense of, very simple, guys. That is what all the planets move around the sun. So as we know, our solar system, totally how many planets we have at present?
8 planets.
So all the planets move around the sun. All the planets move around the sun in an elliptical orbit with the sun located at one of its foci. So remember, so if you take any kind of planet which is revolving around the sun, so it is having some kind of elliptical shape. Is it yes or no? Elliptical path it is having. So let me consider this is the planet and this is the path of it. Now in this elliptical shape, how many focus we have? How many focus we have? Two focus. You understand? Two focus we have. This is one focus, this is one focus, and this is another focus. So can you able to see all of you? Let me consume this is F1 and this is F2. Now here they have, in this picture they have given sun at where? Shruti, where they have given sun? They have given sun at one
Focus one.
So first focus. Okay. Now sun can locate at any focus. That is what I'm saying. So Newton's first law of planetary motion will say, or else Kepler's laws of the law of orbits will suggest that all the planets move around the sun. All the planets move around the sun in an elliptical orbit. In an elliptical orbit with the sun located at one of its foci. With the sun located at how many? One of its foci. Somebody's TV noise is coming. Please mute it. So foci is the plural form of what? It is the plural form of focus. Plural form of focus. That is the main thing you have to remember. So sun may locate here. A sun may locate here. We cannot predict it. But totally we have a two focus. So in that any one of the foci, the sun will be located and remaining planets are revolving around in a elliptical shape. This is what we should call as. What we should call, Ra? Law of orbits.
Laws of orbits.
Law
Law
of
of orbit.
Yeah, meeting is going to end. Join fastly. We will complete these 3 laws today. Later only we will proceed. Okay. So thank you. Join again fastly.